Instagram. Wow. It shifts, morphs, and reinvents itself constantly, right?
Totally. Just when you think you've got it figured out, boom, something new.
Exactly. But, for any brand, any business looking to grow in 2025, the source material we're looking at today,
Mm-hmm.
it calls Instagram a powerhouse business tool.
Mm-hmm.
And figuring out how to actually harness that power,
Mm-hmm.
well, that's absolutely key.
Yeah, and this source, it's not just like high-level theory. It really gets into the practical side.
Right.
Laying out actual steps for navigating the new stuff, AI, user behavior changes, all those features, feels like a roadmap.
It really does. And what's interesting is the source points out that using different resources is part of the game now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it specifically mentions allies like rapidboost.net. So they're tools available for boosting social growth, giving your brand some momentum.
Ah, okay. So acknowledging that brands use a whole toolkit, not just the platform itself, that makes sense. Things like rapidboost.net can give you that initial push sometimes.
Exactly. So our mission for this deep dive today is to pull out the most important knowledge nuggets, maybe some surprising insights from this source,
Yeah.
and give you that shortcut. We want you walking away with a really clear picture of how to genuinely use Instagram for your brand, your business in 2025.
So we're going to cover understanding the landscape first, then building that presence, mastering features, community, shopping, and data. Super important. All from this one article.
All from the source. Ready to jump in?
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's start where the source does. Understanding this 2025 Instagram landscape.
Great.
The article paints this picture of a platform that's smarter, sleeker, and brimming with business-focused enhancements. What does that actually feel like to you reading this?
Well, what jumps out immediately is how much tech is driving the smarter part,
Like AI.
Yeah, definitely AI. And advanced shopping baked into almost everything, plus the analytics. They're just way more sophisticated now. It's really not just posting photos anymore. It's a proper technical marketing ecosystem.
Right, and the source highlights specific trends for this year. First one, AI-powered discovery. It says, the Explore feed is dynamically personalized using machine learning. That feels big.
Oh, it's huge. It means that old spray and pray approach. Totally outdated.
Okay.
If you know who you're talking to, the algorithm is basically designed now to help you find them. It serves your content based on really specific user signals.
So it rewards knowing your niche.
Exactly. Clarity about who you are and who you serve.
And then there's augmented reality, AR. The source emphasizes its expansion. Interactive AR filters and product previews are staples now for engagement and shopping.
Yeah, this feels like more than just, a fun filter trend, doesn't it?
Definitely seems that way.
It's much more. It's moving from just watching to actually participating. And that virtual try before you buy thing, that's powerful.
How so?
Well, it lowers the barrier, right? Reduces friction,
Yeah.
doubt, lets you see a product in your space or on yourself. It builds trust, helps convert. It's not just a gimmick.
Okay, makes sense. And tying into conversion, the source is really clear. Shoppable everything.
Yeah.
Reels, stories, carousels, almost everything supports seamless shopping tags now.
And that just transforms the platform. It's not just awareness leading to a store.
It is the store.
Exactly. It's become a truly frictionless sales channel. See something in a reel, peer, tap, maybe buy right there. That gap between seeing and buying, it's basically collapsed.
But the source also points out it's not just the tech. User behavior has shifted dramatically. What are users expecting in 2025?
Authenticity, mostly. They want authentic, story-driven content, direct interaction, and these hyper-personalized experiences. The article calls understanding this the entry point before strategy. And I think that's spot on. You can have all the tech, but if you're not connecting genuinely, it just won't land.
Okay, so understanding that landscape, that user shift,
Yeah.
that's step one. How do you then build a presence that actually attracts people? The source calls your profile the digital storefront of 2025.
Yeah, it's that first impression. It has to scream your brand essence, like immediately. The source uses Glossier as an example. Great one. Their whole community-first identity. That's not an accident.
No.
No, it's built on purpose. Using soft tones, user-generated content, and down-to-earth copy, it really shows how the vibe you create is part of the sell.
That example really drives home that your look, your voice,
Yeah.
they're selling points too. The source gives some actionable steps here, right? Like optimizing your bio.
Yep. Clear, benefit-driven language, relevant hashtags makes sense.
And consistency.
Non-negotiable, according to the article.
Oh.
Consistent look and feel, colors, fonts, photo style. Your grid needs to feel curated, instantly telling people who you are.
And it mentions using stories highlights, too. Simple trick, but keeps key stuff, offers reviews, easily accessible.
Definitely. So let's talk content itself. The source emphasizes it's way beyond just pretty, filtered photos now.
Yeah.
What does it need to do?
It needs to do multiple things at once, basically. Educate, entertain, inspire, and convert. Okay, that convert part ties back to the shoppable everything idea.
Exactly. And the source points to ASOS here. Good example. They don't just show clothes.
What do they do?
They blend humor-driven reels with rapid product tags. So you're entertained, but then boom, you can buy. It turns browsing into potential impulse buys.
Making the shopping feel natural, part of the fun.
Right. Integrated into the content itself.
Which leads us perfectly into mastering those key features.
Mm-hmm.
The source calls Instagram Reels the engagement engine. Why is that?
Well, the stats back it up. The article mentions HubSpot data showing Reels get up to 67% more engagement than traditional posts.
Wow, 67%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That alone should make you pay attention, The algorithm clearly likes them.
So what are the winning strategies for Reels, according to the source?
It's about leaning into trends, sounds, challenges, but making it fit your brand. Don't just copy blindly.
Okay.
Use them for dynamic stuff like product demos, quick tutorials, customer testimonials, and crucially, that direct call to action.
Like tap to shop.
Exactly. Tap View Products to shop now, right on the video or in the caption with the products tagged. Make it easy.
Gotcha. Next up, Instagram Stories. The source focuses on real-time connection. How's the strategy different here?
Stories are more immediate, fleeting. They're designed for direct interaction.
So less polished, maybe?
Sometimes, yeah, more raw. The article highlights using polls and quizzes not just for fun, but for real audience insights, using links and stickers to drive traffic. And Q&As, gold for seeming approachable, building that rapport.
Okay. What about carousels and guides? They feel a bit slower paced.
They are, but the source still sees value. Carousels are apparently algorithm favorites for dwell time and save rates.
Because people swipe through.
Exactly. More time on post signals value. They're great for step-by-steps, showing product variations, telling a little story.
And guides.
Guides are positioned as curation tools, showing expertise, like a winter skincare routine guide using your products. Builds trust, makes you a resource.
Let's circle back to AR and shoppable features. The source really seems to hammer home their importance for 2025. This try before you buy AR.
Yeah, it's expanding fast, they say. It's a really powerful example of tech driving sales.
Like the NYX example.
Perfect example, letting users virtually try on lipstick shades with AR filters. The source notes it boosts sales and cuts returns because people know what they're getting.
That's smart. Fewer returns is huge.
Definitely. And like the source keeps saying, the fact that every content format now supports shoppable tags means integrating shopping isn't optional anymore. It's just fundamental for growth now.
Okay, moving beyond just features. Community building. The source calls it the new SEO and talks about relational equity. What do they mean by that?
It means the algorithms now heavily reward meaningful back and forth interactions.
So not just likes?
Likes are less important now, apparently. What really moves the needle are DMs, comments, shares, things that signal a deeper connection, not just passive scrolling.
Okay, so how do you actually build that kind of loyal community based on source?
They suggest running user-generated content campaigns, UGC. Actively encourage customers to share how they use your stuff, maybe with a specific hashtag, and then feature them.
Makes people feel seen.
Totally. Also, hosting regular live sessions, AMAs, makes your brand feel human, accessible, and maybe the simplest thing, responding quickly.
To comments and DMs.
Yeah, and genuinely. Sounds basic, but the source implies this responsiveness is now critical for the algorithm and your customer relationships.
The Gymshark case study in the article sounds amazing for this.
It's a fantastic illustration, yeah. Grew into this global brand largely by spotlighting real customer transformations and hosting daily conversations.
Wow.
It shows that genuine connection, done right, can actually outperform massive ad spend.
That's really powerful. It shifts focus back to, well, being human.
Exactly.
And speaking of connections, the source talks a lot about influencer collaborations, but specifically micro and nano influencers, those with smaller followings.
Yeah, like 1,000 to 50,000 followers. The data cited supports it.
What does the data say?
A survey showed campaigns with these smaller accounts get 60% higher engagement rates compared to bigger ones.
Huh. Why is that?
Smaller audience, maybe, but often more engaged. More trusting of that influencer's recommendations. It feels more personal.
So what's the advice for working smartly with them, according to the source?
Focus hard on fit. Make sure their audience, their values, truly align with your brand. Don't just chase numbers.
Okay.
Co-create content that feels natural, maybe exclusive product drops for their audience, account takeovers, educational stuff.
And track results?
Critically, track everything. Use Instagram analytics, use UTM links, those trackable links, so you know exactly where sales or traffic came from. Measure it, don't just hope.
Right, data again. Okay, let's shift to making sales happen on Instagram. The source emphasizes Instagram shopping mastery. It says shops are now sophisticated as any e-commerce storefront.
Yeah, they stress that just having a shop isn't enough. It needs optimization. Clear categories, professional product photos, maybe even 3D views if you can. And crucial, real-time inventory sync. You don't want to sell something you don't have.
Definitely not. So how do you actually convert those browsers into buyers once they're in your shop?
The source lists several tactics, using product launch countdowns to build buzz, running limited time deals right there in the shop.
Creating urgency.
Exactly. Also integrating social proof testimonials, review stickers onto the product pages themselves, and maybe creating exclusive Instagram-only bundles or offers. Reward your followers.
Nice. Okay, the final piece, which keeps coming up, data. The source states, data-driven decision-making is non-negotiable. How advanced are insights now?
Way beyond just follower counts, the article mentions stuff like heat mapping.
Heat mapping.
Yeah, showing where users click or linger on your content, end-to-end sales tracking if your shop's integrated, and even predictive analytics.
Predictive, like what?
Helping forecast the best times, days, even content topics to post for your specific audience. Taking guesswork out.
So reviewing this stuff regularly is key to knowing what's actually working.
Absolutely. The source says top brands iterate constantly based on data. If insights show, I don't know, your behind-the-scenes packaging reels get tons of saves.
They have more of them.
Exactly. Your audience is telling you what they like. Listen.
And part of that listening and iterating is A/B testing.
Precisely. The source says top-performing brands iterate constantly through testing. Simple stuff, even. Testing different calls to action shop now versus discover your new favorite. Caption length. Rotating content types, product shot versus user tip. See what actually drives the action you want.
Takes the guesswork out.
Right.
Finally, the source mentions personalized retargeting. What's the opportunity there?
Instagram's ad platform lets you get really specific. You can create custom audiences.
Of people who almost bought.
Yeah, exactly. People who viewed a product but didn't add to cart or added but didn't buy. The source says targeting these warm leads yields sky-high ROI, gives you that second chance.
Okay, wow. That's a lot to take in. But thankfully, the source wraps it up with a kind of step-by-step playbook.
It does, yeah. Distills it all into a clear roadmap. Step 1, audit. Look honestly at your current Instagram. What's working, what's not. Profile, content, engagement.
Step 2, define your brand voice and visual identity. Get those presets sorted. Write that clear bio mission statement.
Step 3, map your content to goals. The source even suggests a mix, like 40% educational inspiring, 30% direct sales, 30% community focus.
Step 4, embrace new formats. Commit to a weekly reel. Explore AR if it fits your brand.
Step 5, set up and optimize that Instagram shop. Sync your catalog, tag products everywhere, plan promotions in the shop.
Step 6, collaborate and community build. Find those micro-influencers. Host regular lives or Q&As. Connect.
And the vital 7th step kind of loops back. Review data, test, optimize constantly. The source suggests weekly insights reviews, plan A/B tests, be ready to pivot fast based on what you learn.
This source really paints a comprehensive picture for 2025, doesn't it? The core message feels like you need creativity, audience focus, smart data, seamless shopping, and real community connection. All of it.
Absolutely. Basically argues Instagram is now built for conversion, not just grabbing attention. Master these interconnected strategies, the source says, and you're outpacing the pack.
And the final advice in the article. It's a good takeaway. Embrace change, experiment boldly, prioritize genuine connection over just, follower counts, those vanity metrics.
Yeah. It's about building a sustainable strategy informed by data that actually drives real business results, not just likes.
So, based on everything we've just unpacked from this source material about Instagram growth in 2025, what's the one single strategy you feel most compelled to try implementing for your brand's Instagram growth this week?